spectator side, Jerry Glenn, Bill Schultz from Panorama City, California, the conventional front engine car. Garland approaches the staging lights. He stages first, then Glenn. Our side getting the win is Jerry Glenn, world champion. Glenn goes through the quarter mile with a 6.59 second elapsed time. He records top speed of the meet on this run at over 227 miles an hour. Don Garland's with low elapsed time of the meet at 6.55 seconds and over 216 miles an hour, and he wasted it all with the red light left on the starting line. Jerry Glenn, world champion, wins it all right here at Amarillo.
Now that's what I call a race.
You know, if you guys would just listen to me, that could be us. We could be #1 by next year. You two could get a car together.
I've told you 100 times, I can't get the bread.
Stan, your old man will give you the money in a minute.
I'm not willing to pay the price.
Yeah, that would mean cut his hair, shave his beard, and sell his bike.
Norm, you could get the money.
Hey, my old man won't go the race routine under any circumstances.
He gets his allowance, and that's it.
Well, someday I'm going to get me a ride on a rail. I'm going to show those guys how it's done.
Why don't you be happy running your car on grudge nights?
Yeah, running a rail's a lot harder than it looks, Jeff.
All right, all right. Well, next year when I'm #1, remember, I asked you guys to be with me. Hi.
Hi.
Well, what you doing here? Give me a little sugar.
Jeff, you'll get grease all over me.
Oh, I'm sorry about that.
I tried to call you this morning. Where were you?
I was over at Stan's.
You spend too much time over there.
What's the matter? Don't you approve of your own brother?
Oh, don't be silly, Jeff. Stan's been degenerating ever since he left.
Degenerating? He's just a free soul, that's all.
I don't want to talk about Stan. I've got to go.
Wait a minute, you just got here.
I know, but... Oh, by the way, Mother and Father are leaving for Europe next Friday. We're having a bon voyage luncheon, and we expect you to be there.
Listen, you coming to the strip Wednesday?
No, I've got a million things to do. I'll see you Friday.
Tempest up in smoke down the pit lane. Here comes the Dodge Challenger. On the top end, the Pontiac elapsed time of 17.56. The right lane losing at 18.01.
Hey, Jeff.
Hi.
What happened to you? I'm not used to seeing Jeffy boy take it. Run so bad.
Thought I had a new trick. It didn't work.
Right.
Sheila didn't come out again, huh?
Sheila come out here? You must be kidding.
It's just as well I wouldn't want Sheila to see me performing like that. Damn, I thought I had the answer. See me bogged down on the line?
Oh, that's so sad. Really sad.
Julie, why don't you take a walk and see what you can get into for a while?
Okay, Norm.
The last time you'll play clown with my car.
Cool it, Ron. He blew it, that's all.
Damn right he blew it. It's $1,000 worth of engine right down the line.
What'd you expect me to do?
What I expect you to do? I expect you to shut it down, that's what.
Cool, Ron. That's cool. I mean, it'll be better next time.
Next time you'll be watching somebody else take a ride. Get your stuff and get out of here. You're through.
Okay, pulling up now, the little giant killer Volkswagen on the right lane, the big Oldsmobile on the left side with the big drag slicks on the back. They're ready. And look out, grabs the gear and wheel stands again, and he is gone. The Oldsmobile having problems missing a gear. The VW, a national record holder, he stops the timers, get this, 1/100th of a second over the national record for his class. That's an eye gasser.
Right.
Why don't we get something to eat?
Yeah, who's buying?
Oh, don't you guys ever have any money? Come on, I'll buy you a hamburger.
Inside, the Corvette Dodge Challenger down the right lane. The Corvette moves ahead as a stronger class car. He stops the wind light but shuts it off at a 1411, speed of 79 miles an hour. The Challenger 1752 at 82.53.
I gotta rip that one off before I had my trick carburetor.
Sure you could have.
Feel sorry for him.
Oh,
Yeah, who's he?
Larry Jordan. He just lost his ride.
you got fired?
Yep. Cole and Quinn let him go. Should have heard Ron. Wow, was he hot.
Hey, I know those guys. You thinking what I'm thinking?
What?
They're gonna need a driver, right?
Right.
Right.
Hey, don't get involved with them.
Why not?
Larry was their third driver in 2 months.
Yeah?
Before that, Ray Brink was killed driving their first car.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Hey, Stan. You know, all you ever do is talk negative. Will you once in your life try and talk a little positive? Listen, Jeff, I'm gonna go talk to Cole. Will you just leave it to me?
Yeah, I'll go with him. I know Dave.
All right.
I know how bad you want to drive, Jeff. But if you get the gig and they end up canning you, man, you're gonna have one hell of a time getting another ride.
Yeah, come off that stuff. Cole and Quinn were fighting at the top last year.
Yeah, but they've come apart since.
It's just bad luck.
Yeah, real bad.
Well, we'll find out, won't we?
Okay, don't forget. You have to move and your seatbelt's on and strapped up tight. If you need to wear a helmet, make sure it's cinched up tight also. Tonight we have co-driver drags in effect so you can take your friend or girlfriend down the track with you. Just make sure they also have their seatbelt hooked up and bring them up in lanes 1 through 5. Brackets will be starting at 8 o'clock tonight, so first call for all money brackets into the lanes. Starting at 8 o'clock, bracket 1 in lanes 16, 17, 18, and 19. Bracket 2 should be in lanes 15, 14, 13, and 11, which is backwards. The high school brackets in lane 9 and 10. And for you time-only cars, you can bring them up in lanes 1 through 6. We'll be running time trials all tonight. If you lose your race, you can come back and still make time trials until we close up at 10 o'clock tonight. So Irwindale on Tuesday nights, co-driver drags and co-driver insurance in effect. Make sure your passenger is all strapped in. Take them down the track with you. Real fun experience. Co-driver dragging at Irwindale. Kathy's Rebellion Dodge. She stops the timers at 14:12 elapsed time.
Well?
Well, Oh, yeah, well, it's in the bag.
You're putting me on.
Yeah, I'm putting you on. Tomorrow morning at 11:30, you and I have an appointment at the Cole and Quinn Racing Stable. What do you think about that?
You kidding me? Thanks, man.
That must have been some sales pitch.
Oh, you should have heard him.
Oh, well, let's not bore everybody with the details. Listen, when we get there tomorrow, I'll do the talking to Ron. Ron, I guarantee it. You know, with your great ability, you two guys and Jeff will make one hell of a team. You know, if you could have seen the performance Jeff got out of that injected gasser in Canada, well, you'd be more impressed with him than I am.
How come I haven't read about you in the papers, Jeff?
Well, that's because I know he didn't get much press now. But that's because he raced on strips outside the association. And you know as well as I do, outside the association up there, they don't give you the time of day, let alone acknowledge a great driver.
Why didn't you use the association strips?
He drove for a hayseed, who raced as a hobby, and who wouldn't travel that far from home. And with a short racing season up there, well, Jeff just decided to come down here and take on the heavyweights. And besides that...
Why didn't you let Jeff do the talking?
Sure.
You know, Jeff, there's a big difference between a gas-injected car and a top fueler. Training a driver takes a lot of money, and that's something I'm very short of right now.
An investment in a driver might put you back in the winner's circle. You haven't been there in a while.
Well, that's your answer. I don't know why I didn't think of that. Train your own driver your way, get yourself back up on top of the ladder, and when you guys are world's champs, you don't even have to thank me.
Why don't we see if he fits in the car?
It's a good idea. Get in the car, Jeff.
Wait, Ron?
Go ahead.
You know, I could bring this car back to the top if you give me the chance. If you don't, you're cheating yourself.
You can do it. You can do it, Ron. I guarantee.
Okay. We'll take you out to the track tomorrow and see if you can qualify for your driver's license.
I sure hate to go this route, don't you?
Well, it's different, but it might work. If you can drive half as fast as Norm here can talk, you must be a winner.
So I really don't know what more to say, except that Jeff just got tired of those no-name, no-publicity tracks and decided to come down here and take on the heavyweights.
That's quite a step up for a guy with no reputation. Yesterday, he couldn't get a ride on a roller coaster, and now he's in with the fabulous Cole and Quinn.
Hey, Norm, stop selling. He's already got the job.
Well, that's true, but a little publicity, especially coming from the best in the business, never hurt anyone. Right, Paul?
He's absolutely right, Stan. People are going to want to know who this character is. Well, I've had it. Chris, let's go turn in this headline material.
Paul, it was nice meeting you.
Take care.
You too.
Sound all right?
Not too bad. I've detuned it some, so you'll have an easier time getting used to it.
Anything I can do?
Now, just keep your mind on the driving. We'll get it ready for a half pass.
I'll be back in a minute.
I can't believe your luck. That was Paul Quigley.
Huh?
Paul Quigley just happens to be a very important photographer and drag racing writer. And as a favor to me, he's going to do a story and picture layout on you.
No, man. Who was the girl?
I don't know. Chris somebody. I don't know.
Chris, huh?
Look, Norman, why don't you lay off that PR story? I mean, you're going to blow the whole thing for him.
What do you think of that monster?
Hey, you know, when that engine starts, even with the earplugs, I still can't hear.
You're on your way.
Maybe, but he's had it with Sister Sheila.
What?
Don't you remember? Airport, luncheon, bye-bye, Daddy.
Oh, no. You folks left today, man. Sheila's gonna kill me.
Right.
Were you there?
You don't think they'd be seen in public with me, do you? We said our goodbyes this morning.
What's he got his own fan club already?
No, they're just his friends.
Hey, later.
Yeah. Hey, Jeff. Good luck. You know, he's really pulling it off.
Yeah. If you get this kind of high watching Jeff take his trip, why don't you let them strap you into that monster?
Wrong. You see, I like my rushes to last a little longer than 6 seconds. Besides, risk this neck on the thrills of that Sunday mob? No way.
Right now, I'd like to break it.
You know, Stan, I've never seen you help Jeff in anything.
Tell Jeff I'll see him later.
Aren't you going to stick around and see how he does?
He'll do just fine without your help.
Ready? No burnout. Just stage slow and wait for the green.
Right.
You've got to stage faster. Remember, that engine has 1,500 horsepower, and she'll do what you make her do, but you've got to make her do it. And when you start mixing the fuel yourself, and I say I want an 85% mixture, that's what I mean. Not 84, not 86, 85% mixture. As soon as you get to know our between rounds checkout routine, you'll have your own specific jobs.
Do everything the same every time and you won't make any mistakes. When you drain the oil, always check it for fuel and water. Check for debris. Never just dump it out.
You have to watch everything that happens on a run. That way you can give me some help on tuning the engine. The plugs give us some very good indications of what's happening in a cylinder. But you can see things on a run we can't.
I don't seem to get a chance to notice anything about the engine on the run. It's over too fast.
When we start entering meets, you pay attention to me and just me on that starting line. I don't care what a starter tries to get you to do. You do what I tell you to do. You've got to use your tail for something more than filling the seat. You got to learn to think with it, feel the vibrations. You got to learn to read the header flame. You got to be able to do more than come off the line a split second ahead of anyone else. You got to have guts enough to shut it down when things aren't right.
That doesn't take guts.
No, maybe not guts. Brains. That's the day I know you're a pro. The day you can shut it down with a grandstand full of people watching and a big purse on the line. Jeff?
Yeah?
Like you to meet Jerry Glenn, Bill Schultz.
Jerry?
Jeff Clark.
Nice to meet you. How you doing, Bill?
Hi, Jeff.
Bill and Jerry watched you run and certified your license.
Yeah? That's just my first step to #1, ain't it?
Yeah, it's a lot of steps.
Well, you gentlemen are gonna be seeing the back end of this thing pretty soon.
Why don't you go find Norm and call it a day, huh?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, he's got some kind of spirit.
What else can I say?
Hey, Jeffrey, what's happening?
Man, you're looking at a licensed driver.
Congratulations, man. I hope you know what you're doing. Sheila's out by the pool. Better wear your shin guards.
Yeah. Maybe I should throw my hat in first, huh?
Right now, she'll settle for nothing less than your head.
You know, you're gonna give the neighborhood a bad name with that hog park there.
This plastic paradise could use a little depreciation.
Hello, pretty lady.
To what do I owe this honor, Mr. Clark?
Well, I got some good news.
I'm not interested in anything but an apology and a good explanation.
Come on, man, you don't have to be that way. Look, I said I was sorry. I was busy.
Busy with what? You missed the luncheon. You didn't even call. Jeff, I thought you were more concerned about fathering
Look,
the
man,
business.
I got a ride with a top fuel team. I got my license today. Listen, Norm's having a thing tonight. You want to,
Oh, Jeff, you know I don't like that circle, and I certainly don't like you around those people.
Those people. You know, racing means a lot to me. I'm not going to give it up.
Well, Jeff, I'm not the kind of girl that can get involved in that syndrome. I've tried to discourage you, but you insist on hanging around.
Now, look, you. I am never gonna be like your old man, which is what you want me to be. Now, I don't want to be part of your lifestyle, so don't be a part of mine.
Well, maybe it's best if we just split up then. I'm gonna join Mother and Father for a few weeks in Europe.
Whatever's fair, send me a postcard. Send me a picture of the Pope.
Goodbye, Jeff.
What's she gonna do? Punish you by running off to Europe with the folks?
A trip below the Mason-Dixon line. So I've been thinking, Annie, let's head down to Miami and take a little stroll down Collins Avenue. We'll slip out to the beach.
Hey, Jeffrey.
Hey, man.
How are you?
What's happening?
I didn't see you get here. Well, what do you think?
Huh?
My new group.
Yours?
Yeah, well, they asked me to manage them, you know.
I've heard better. You give up on me already?
Never let that be said. You know, when you got a special talent, you have to spread yourself a little thin. Help yourself.
Ron and Dave show up yet?
No, they said somebody had to work on your car.
Hi, Jeff.
Hi.
Well, why don't you guys kind of get into my music and I'll circulate for a while?
Good idea. Come on.
You two having a good time?
Sure, Normie, baby. Great party. Great party. Here's to Normie, baby.
Paul, I think you've had too much.
I'm fine.
Sure, he's fine.
Be right back.
One more double and he will be.
I've been away.
I just love these racing guys, don't you?
Your turn, Sporty.
Oh, Jeff, you know Paul Quigley.
Paul?
And this is Chris, somebody.
Lewis.
Chris Lewis.
Yeah, I think I saw you out at the track, didn't I?
That's right, and she's with me.
Sorry.
I've been doing some investigating about you, boy, and I found a lot of interesting things.
The hell's he talking about?
I don't know.
This guy bugs me.
Paul, let's go, please.
Listen, if you got something to say, let's just say it quietly, huh?
Hey, I talked to a buddy of mine in Canada today.
Well, come on, the air will do you good.
Hey, take it easy, Paul.
He's never heard of you or the car you said you drove. You're nothing but a wise kid trying to break into the big time with a bunch of lies. You're a phony.
Wait a minute.
You're dead, man. You and your team.
This guy's crazy, man.
Hey, Jeff, come on now. Don't go away, man. I mean, we can square this thing with Paul Quigley.
You square it. You started it.
Hey, well, don't get so hot. I mean, I got you a ride, didn't I? I mean, is that the thanks I get?
Thanks. Man, you have really cost me. So far today, I lost my girl, I've been called a liar, and I damn near had to deck a guy. I should be feeling on top of the world, but I don't. I got a rotten taste in my mouth. One more thing, man. You stay away from me.
Hey, Jeff. I mean, you try to help a guy, and that's the thanks you get.
You fellas been doing a lot of work. Where's Ron?
Jeff, you better get the hell out of here before Ron comes back.
What?
News travels fast in this game. Today, you're not very popular with Ron.
What the hell are you talking about? What'd he say?
Nothing much good, that's for sure. Doesn't matter. I think your driving career is over around here.
Just like that, I'm through, huh? Well, I'd like to talk to Ron about that.
You're out as far as Ron's concerned. I got an idea. Huh? Ron's about had it with racing. I think we can buy him out for a few thousand. You drive, I'll be crew chief.
I don't think I can come up with that kind of money.
How about your friends? Won't they come up with something?
It's okay, Dave. Why don't you get lost? Get out of here and stay out of here.
I'd like to explain, Ron.
Explain what? You know what you almost did? You almost killed yourself out there. Why ever believe that crazy story of yours, I'll never know.
I wanted a chance. How else would I get a chance?
There's no room for chance in this business. One thing I don't need is an inexperienced driver.
Look, if it's another driver you and Dave have in mind, that's something different. But if it isn't, you need me.
I need you.
Well, look at it this way. You've got an investment in me. I got a license.
You got a learner's permit, that's all.
Ron, with your training, we could make this team work. I believe that. I just need another chance.
You think you need another chance? Well, I'll tell you something. Maybe I don't have a driver, but I'll get another one.
Ron, I'm going to make it to the top. I'd like to do it with you and not against you. You're not going to find another driver that wants to drive as much as I do.
You are crazy. You want to get yourself killed. Okay, I'll give you another chance. Is it all right with you, Dave?
Yeah.
Only keep your mouth shut. One thing I don't like is a loud-mouthed driver. And start showing up here to work on the car.
I quit my job. I'll be here.
We got a lot of work to do. I'll take you over to the Lions track, and you can use a different starting system and try a new strip. Spend a lot of time watching the other guys stage and leave. I don't have time for a big training program, so you better learn fast.
Crew working hard or hardly working?
What is this, Hank the Crank's pickup crew? It's right there.
Yeah, I'll wait till I grind that crank square for you. Yeah, this week's new hot sit-up.
Thanks for the service, fellas. We appreciate it.
I'll give you a call when it's ready.
Thanks.
Tonight, the spotlighted Lions is on the professional cars and drivers, but every Wednesday night, over 200 drivers enjoy fun and grudge racing here at the beach. All type of cars are welcome, seat belts required, you can even carry a passenger. The idea is to get drag racing off of the street and onto the drag strip where it belongs. Just $2 for 5 hours of fun and grudge racing every Wednesday.
All right, Jeff, go on up the line and start watching. It sounds like they're getting some cars ready.
Right, see you later.
Dave will come and pick you up when we're ready.
We're about ready for top fuel qualifying. Heads up down in the staging area. The cars will be pushing out from under the bridge in just a second. Two-time national champion Mike Snively. Burnout completed. The engine temperature is up and Snively moves into stage. 7 miles per hour. Jerry Glenn hammers the throttle out of the burnout area. That supercharged Chrysler has the same crisp sound of horsepower that carried Glenn to the World Championship last October in Amarillo, Texas. This is a new car for Glenn, as you can see, a rear motor machine. Glenn getting comfortable in the cockpit. He hasn't made that many runs in this particular car. Three stages. 3, 2, 1, 0. 3, 2, 1, 0. 3, 2, 1, 0. 3, 2, 1, 0. 3, 2, 1, 0. 3, 2, 1, 0. 3, 2, 1, 0. 3, 2, 1, 0. 3, 2, 1, 0. 3, 2, 1, 0. 3, 2, 1, 0. 3, 2, 1, 0. 3, 2, 1, 0. 3, 2, 1, 0. 3, 2, 1, 0. 3, 2, 1, 0. 3, 2, 1, 0. 3, 2, 1, 0. 3, 2, 1, 0. 3, 2, 1, 0. 3, 2, 1, 0. 3, 2, 1, 0. 3, 2, 1, 0. 3, 2, 1, 0. 3, 2, 1, 0. 3, 2, 1, 0. 3, 2, 1, 0. 3, 2, 1, 0. 3, 2, 1, 0. 3, 2, 1, 0. 3, 2, 1, 0. 3, 2 timer stops at 6.42 seconds, 218 miles per hour. He might have shut off even a little early. Moving off the rollers right now to try to find a spot in tonight's 16-car show is Jack McLeod of San Diego, California. McLeod's engine sounding just a little bit weak on the burnout. McLeod off on a run, just a little bit of a bog off the starting line. A 6.85 will qualify him for the moment, but it's doubtful that that'll stand for the onslaught of qualifying to come. Don Moody will be next to the starting line. Chief Mechanic Wes Cerny pouring down the burnout solution. Typical Cerny horsepower on the burnout. Cerny checking the engine temperature with his hand on the cylinder head. If it's too cold, it certainly will not come up with the right elapsed time. Seconds, 226 miles per hour. The always intense Dennis Baca is next to the starting line. Baca's best race to date was the Winter Nationals this past year when he was narrowly beaten in the final round. He doesn't plan to have that happen tonight. Time of this event, and it is at 6.36, not that far off the track record, and top speed as well.
Hey, you a couple of minutes before we run, right?
Yeah, double Y.
Right back.
California.
Where'd he go?
He's feeding his ego with Chris.
Damn it. He's got more important things to do.
Listen, I want to apologize for the other night. I hope I didn't ruin your evening.
Oh, that's cool. It wasn't your fault.
Yeah, but you know, everything that happened to me that day, and, you know, your friend's got a big mouth.
Oh, Paul's not usually like that. He was drunk. I don't think he knew what he was saying.
He knew what he was saying, all right. It's just that everything he was saying was true. I just want to find out what he's got against me, that's all.
Oh, it's not you. It's Ron that he's trying to hurt. You remember Ray that used to drive? The guy that got killed?
Yeah.
Well, he was a very good friend of Paul's, and Paul seems to blame Ron for his death.
That was an accident.
Well, I thought so, too. I guess you could get Paul to give you his reasons.
Whew. Fat chance of that. He sees me talking to you, and it's all over.
Paul doesn't care who I talk to. We just work together, that's all.
Hey, found out one thing today. Listen, do me a favor, will you? Find out what Paul's reasons are.
I'll try.
See ya.
Later.
The first pair in side-by-side qualifying will be Norm Wilcox in the left-hand lane driving the Skyjacker, and the Ridge Route Terror, James Warren, in the right-hand lane, both rear-engine dragsters. Lyons is probably the only track in drag racing where the drivers don't even flip a coin for the lane choice. They're both absolutely equal. The cool ocean air here at Lyons makes for record-breaking times just about every time the top fuel dragsters arrive here for a show. James Warren with a hard burnout. But Norm Wilcox really flogs it. Wilcox has to have strong equipment because he can be a savage when it gets down to the nitty-gritty. It'll it'll take better than a 6.86-second run for either of these drivers to make the road race. If they both do, they'll bump out the two cars in the 15th and 16th positions. Now, there'll be no winner or loser here. This is strictly qualifying, but both drivers' egos, I'm sure, are going to demand that they at least try to get there first. A good launch by both cars. It looks like Wilcox is going to cover Warren in the mid-range, and he does. He gets the wind light at the far end. 6.39 clocking. That'll push Wilcox into the number 2 spot at 223 miles per hour. A 6.63 should be good enough for James Warren, 212 miles per hour. Out of the staging lanes now is a new face to the Lions drag strip pit area, a boy named Jeff Clark, driving the C&Q Special of motorman Ron Cole and his partner Dave Quinn. It's been pretty tough sledding for the C&Q boys lately, and hopefully this new driver will provide the missing ingredient. But first, they've got to get him fully licensed. Now, Clark has passed all of the test runs, the physical, and all of that, but he still has to run within 10% of the national elapsed time record, about a 6:86, before he'll be eligible for competition. Nitromethane costing about $7 a gallon these days. Well, this is kind of a surprise. Apparently Clark is going to bypass the burnout. Oh, it's going to be difficult to turn that required 686 without that tire heating burnout. Let's see what happens. Awfully low when he leaves the starting line. Gets a little bit loose in the mid-range, loses traction, and shuts it down completely. No speed or elapsed time really worth mentioning.
You're a little off on that one.
Yeah.
Now, you know it takes more than just aiming and hanging on.
This will be last call for all bracket competitors.
In the lights qualifying, so he... Hey, Dave, listen to this. Last week in Vegas, this guy blows the blower off his car qualifying for the program. So he straps a spare blower on for the first round. Pow, he blows it up. So he comes running over to our car, wants to borrow my blower. I tell him, no way.
Some people don't know when to quit.
If I was crew chief, I'd do a lot of things different.
Yeah, but you're not.
Not yet. Crank ready?
Sure. You guys doing any running this week?
Yeah, we're going up to Irwindale for a couple.
We're doing some testing day after tomorrow. You guys ought to come on out. Maybe you can get a run off against somebody if Jeff's ready.
Yeah, well, you know how it is. Ron's the boss. I'll ask him.
Hey, we got a photo session going with girls.
Yeah, I'll be there. Well, see you guys later.
Seriously, Dave, try to make it.
I'll tell Ron.
Okay, down from the far end, a little extra treat for you Tuesday night race fans. A top fuel dragster to make some checkout runs. A Cole and Quinn AA fuel dragster. Their new driver, Jeff Clark, taking a few early runs in the car. Jeff Clark drops the hammer. Good strong burnout. The team rushing out to push him back as, of course, they don't have any reversers in this car. Top fuel dragster of Cole and Quinn. Pulling up ever so carefully, he's ready to go, stage light. Oh, the engine goes away.
How bad is it? There's a lot of water in the oil. Cracked cylinder.
That's just great. So, we know one piston's gone. Boy, I hope that's all.
Every time I put together a spare engine, the one I have blows up on me. It never fails.
Well, Let's get on it, see how bad it is.
Hello?
Well, hi. I didn't expect to see you again.
Oh, I just thought I'd come out and surprise you.
I'm just having some lunch. Want to sit down? Have a cool drink or something?
No.
Well, how you been, Jeff?
That all we have to say to each other?
Where are you working now?
No place, just training with the cars, that's all.
You didn't have to quit your job just because we had a little argument. I told Father I'd talk to you about that.
Well, I thought under the circumstances that... Look, I just want to know if we have anything left between each other, that's all. We've had time to think it over.
Well, how do you feel?
I'd like to get back together.
Does that mean you're willing to go back to work for Father and give up racing?
Look, I'll meet you halfway. I'll come back to work, okay?
I noticed you didn't say you'd give up racing.
Man, you don't understand. You don't know what I went through to get this ride. I told you before, I'm not about to give it up. You won't try to understand. Don't you know what it is to try to get to the top?
So what do you get when you get to the top?
It doesn't matter, man. It's the satisfaction of knowing that you have done something. That was you that did it. Why do you think people climb Mount Everest? For the view?
Oh, Jeff.
No, wait a minute. Let me finish. You know what it is? You know what you're afraid of? You're afraid of competing with a desire, with a need that I have. That's why you wanted me to go to work for your old man, because you wouldn't have to worry about competing with my job. Haven't you ever wanted to do anything on your own?
Now, what does that mean?
Well, I hope you never have to find out. 'Cause you don't have what it takes.
I have everything I want.
Yeah. I guess you do, Sheila. Goodbye.
Okay. Good. Why don't you step over here now? Rubies. Fine. You want to go over there, Bill?
Attention down in the dragster pit. Since we have so many cars here today to do testing,
That's great. Thanks,
I'd like
Kang.
to pair you off and run
Right.
you side by side. So I'll be down in the dragster pits with a list of the first round pairings.
I'd like to get one of those from my scrapbook.
All right. Let's go over there. I want to talk to you. Come on. I didn't want Paul to see us rapping. I don't think it's too good an idea if I'm going to start asking him all sorts of questions about Ron.
Listen, Chris, you don't have to do this for me, you know.
Oh, I don't mind. It's kind of interesting. He asked me to drive him into town today, so I'll get a chance to rap to him then.
You coming back and see my run?
Well, I'd like to, but I have to get ready for a job tomorrow.
I see. With Paul, right?
No. It's at Cedar Lake. Would you like to meet me there around noon?
Why, maybe.
All right, y'all, let's gather up. Come on up. All right, everybody here? Okay, here are the pairings in the first round. Frank Graff against Sherm Gunn.
Okay.
In Top Fuel, Mike Snively against Larry Dixon. Jerry Glenn, you race Norm Wilcox. Jeff Clark, you go against John Peters in the freight train.
All right.
Little John Lombardo against Ray Alley in the funny cars. All right, when y'all are ready, let's bring them up, all right? Roll.
Attention to the pits, please. The funny cars that are ready to run, please bring them to the starting line immediately. fuel alders get ready. All the fuel dragsters move to the front of dragster staging, and the drivers suit up immediately, please. Beneath the tower now, in the left lane, Little John Lombardo's Chrysler-powered Vega funny car. The right lane, Ray Alley's Chrysler-powered Mustang funny car. Kathy Lombardo is helping husband John get ready in the left lane. Over in the right lane, Ray Alley's crew getting the car ready to run. First, it's Ray Alley at a 6.80 elapsed time at 214.56 miles per hour. Little John Lombardo ran a 6.97 at 206.32 miles per hour. Dragster staging. When the fuel alders are ready, send them up. It's alder time. In the right lane, we have the Instant T. The left lane, Sherman gun. Hang on, Sherman. This should be interesting. Geisler and Graf Instant T fuel altered against the Lost Brothers and Gunn gasoline-powered alder. When Frank Graf says stop, he means it. Both cars ready. But in the lights, it's the Instant T at a 720 at 198.33 miles per hour. The Lost Brothers and Gunn a 790 at 185.15 miles per hour. Mike Snively making the turnaround in the Annan and Snively rear-engine AA fuel dragster, followed by Larry and Pat Dixon's full-bodied front-engine fuel dragster. Mike Snively is 655 at 226.73 miles per hour. Larry Dixon shutting off early to a 6.70 at 201.55 miles per hour. The next pair of cars, Jerry the Hunter Glenn and Bill Schultz. They're racing Norm Wilcox and Bill Simpson's Skyjacker. Good burnouts by both cars. Wilcox with a 642 at 225 miles an hour. Jerry Glenn with a 652 at 218.99 miles per hour. The final cars in this segment, the C&Q Special of Cole and Quinn, Jeff Clark at the wheel, and the freight train of John and Beverly Peters, Bob Moravis doing the driving. It's Fueler against twin-engine gasser. 660 at 214.01 miles per hour. Bob Maravis at a 712 at 202.31 miles per hour. Somebody told me this was a test day, but it sure seems more like a race day. When your cars are ready to make their next runs, please notify the tower.
Who's the ET?
Not too bad, 660.
Yeah? Who do we race next?
We can't afford it.
Yeah, Dave's right. Let's wrap it up for the day. I want to enter you this weekend.
This weekend, huh?
Yeah, do you think you're ready to play for marbles?
Euro marbles.
I'll be right there.
Thanks, Chris.
Okay. I didn't think you'd come.
I didn't think I would either.
But you did.
Yep, I did.
I heard you did real well yesterday.
Oh, you did, huh?
Uh-huh. You know, a lot of people wanted to see you blow it because of the way you came on in the beginning.
How about you? I'm glad I disappointed him. I plan on doing that again real soon.
You know, I'm glad you came.
Talk to Paul?
Yeah, I did.
Well?
Well, he said that Ron didn't check the engine over properly, and that he knew that it was running rough all the time.
Where the hell was Dave?
Ron sent him on some kind of an errand or something. Jeff, I really think you better watch yourself with Ron.
Yeah. It's funny, I never pegged him. I really thought he was into that car.
Well, maybe that's it.
What?
Maybe he's into the car so much that he'd gamble anything just to win. Jeff.
You know, it's really quiet up here, you know. I don't think I've ever really been out of the city.
Would you like to look around?
Yeah.
You're all right, you know that?
Yeah,
A little bit crazy, though.
I know that. I know that.
What is it?
Nothing. Just, yeah, starting all over again, you know. All the feelings and everything, it's just, I've been through all this before. You see, there's something that I've got to do. And nothing's gonna stop me. I'm sorry.
And you think I'll stop you? I won't.
You know, it's that a man has to be somebody. And right now, I'm nothing, you know? I'm just nothing, and I don't want to be that. I've got to somehow be somebody, you know?
I know.
Don't do this unless you're willing to go. Unless you're willing to stay with me. Ron, getting the mag checked?
Yeah.
You got the socket for this over there?
No, you got it on your side last.
The hell's the matter with you? Something I did?
Not exactly.
What's that supposed to mean?
I try to get you on my team and you join Ron's.
Well, the way I understood it, the three of us are a team.
I'm tired of carrying Ron and making up for his mistakes. He's cost us one life already.
You realize what you're saying?
I was there.
You don't think Ray's death was an accident, then, huh?
The engine was hurting and Ron pushed it too much. He raised the nitro and the engine blew. What do you think it's like being number 2 on a team like that?
Where were you when Ron was checking the engine?
Some stupid errand he sent me on. When I got back, he said everything was in great shape. But he lied.
You've talked to Ron about this, haven't you?
No way. He'd deny it. And people would listen to him because he's chief. And then he'd probably try to pin it on me. So until he quits or I get some money, I'm stuck.
Well, that's treating somebody getting killed a little light, isn't it?
Now that you know the score, if you quit, don't make any waves for me, okay?
Yeah, okay. I was only going 45.
Only 45? Let me see your license. You take it out. What's that other one?
Top fuel.
Thought those guys were professionals. Surprised at you, son.
Hi, Dave.
Hey.
Hi, Jer.
Where's Jeff?
I wish I knew.
He's not showing. Oh, there he is.
I'll see you later.
Yeah.
Okay? It feels better, Jeff. You'll get noise later on, don't worry.
Sorry you had to start without me.
How come you're late?
No problem.
Speeding ticket? What kind of nonsense is that?
I don't make a habit of it.
You know why they built those drag strips? To keep clowns like you off the highway.
I don't like being called that, Ron.
Cool it, guys. Go on, Jeff, get in your suit.
So you trust me with the body now, huh?
Yeah. Ready? You better perform today.
Yeah.
On the starting line in the left lane, Tom Grill. In the right-hand lane, John Rodek. There's Steve. They're all down that quarter mile. Grill is trailing in the tower side. At the finish line, it's Rodek there first. However, a lot of smoke from the rear of Rodek's machine. Rodek checks in at a good solid 6:65, 218.84. Grill is their second best at 7:01 elapsed time at 205.33 top end speed. Tony Nancy, down that quarter mile, the car really moving at the other end. Tony Nancy at 6.53 seconds, and he is towards top speed of this event at 232.55 miles per hour. They're both set. One hammer length, but oh boy, what a qualifying race this is. At the other end, it's Randy Allison, the Allison brothers. Allison, 6.49 seconds, 206.42 miles per hour. Norm Wilcox, right behind at 6.59, top end speed, 226.10 miles per hour. Beneath the tower, the C&Q special of Cole and Quinn. New driver, Jeff Clark. Clark at the wheel brings the car up the conventional machine in the bleach box in the right-hand lane. The liquid traction compound, the sticky stuff being laid down by Ron Cole. Clark's all set, and the burnout. Tires are blazing across the starting line. Clark comes to a rest in the C&Q special on the track. Ron Cole and Dave Quinn out to assist to push him back to the starting line. They have to push these top fuel dragsters back as there is no reverse gear. The car is equipped with forward gear only. So Quinn and Cole out to assist their new driver, Jeff Clark, and they'll push him back. Jeff Clark now back to the ready line, the C&Q special. He'll bring the machine forward on his own with that 392 cubic inch Hemi Chrysler just pulsating away. Clark inches away from the starting gate. Now Jeff Clark underway, making a good run down that quarter mile. The machine moving real hard on the other end, 6.75 seconds, 215.22 miles per hour. Arlie Langlow is down the quarter mile, and the chute comes out early for Langlow before the finish line. He runs 7.15 seconds, 185 miles per hour, and that does not qualify Langlow. He had to run a 680 or better to make the 8-car field thus far in top fuel qualifying.
How'd it feel, Jeff?
Well, it was all right coming off the line. Pulled real hard, then halfway it just flattened out.
Yeah, it sounded a little rich. I'm going to change the mixture. We'll never stay in the game with that, E.T.
Yeah. Listen, I'm going to walk around and see who's here, all right?
Let's get ready for the next segment.
Hi.
Hi.
Why'd you tell me you're coming?
Oh, you've got enough on your mind.
Oh, come on, what are you talking about?
I saw you run.
Yeah.
It looked a lot better than it was.
Well, we're gonna try it again.
It's an awfully tough one for your first meet.
Yeah, a 16-car program would be a lot easier. Hey, walk me back to the car, will you?
Oh, no, you go on ahead.
Will you celebrate with me if I win?
For sure.
We're ready to move over to staging.
Just keep driving the same way. You'll do better the next time. We're ready for the next segment.
NHRA World Champion Jerry the Hunter Glenn in the spectator side. The right-hand lane drives the Schultz and Glenn machine. The tower side, Norm Wilt and Lilo Piccolo Sicilian. Wilt 3 stages. Wilt stages. Jerry Glenn cleans out that 392 Hemi Chrysler one final time, inches into the beam. They're both set. Jerry Glenn on first. Wilt chasing down that quarter mile. Glenn uncorks low elapsed time of the event at 6.47 seconds.
We've been bumped. Get us back in the race, driver.
Norm Welch, he also qualifies 6:67, 217.39. Frank Rock for Sterling Rock and Roll. Rock must run 6:67 more quicker to make the 8-car field. Rock at the finish line at 6.80 seconds, 680. That's not good enough. The speed of shutting off early, 204 miles per hour. The next car down the dragster fire up row, the C&Q special of Cole and Quinn trying to re-qualify in the program. They were in earlier, they were bumped out. So the new driver, Jeff Clark, makes a turnaround. He'll line up in the right-hand lane. This will be the final Top Fuel dragster qualifier in this segment of Top Fuel qualifying. I'd like to have all stock car and bracket racers, their cars, please, go to the stock car stage lanes for time trials after this run. Clark in the C&Q special completes his burnout. Cole and Quinn out there once again to assist him back to the starting line. Clark now back at the ready line, so this will be it, the final qualifying attempt of this segment. Clark now at the starting gate. He's all set. Trying to requalify the C&Q special. The countdown, 1 amber, the green light. Clark underway. The C&Q car moves forward. The tires now making it to the rim. The C&Q car, they qualify. They requalify 6.66 seconds, 217.74.
Sparks coming out of the right side.
Well, let's get it up. Yeah. Let's see what those plugs have to say.
Look good so far.
Attention in the pits. Attention in the pits. The hot car staging lanes have been closed. I repeat, the lanes
Let's go watch and see if we get in.
2 cars in the lanes.
You guys go ahead.
They will be the final
Okay, we'll drain and check that oil anyway.
White Salisbury already in the Top Fuel program with his earlier 651, trying to better his position here with a better run, hopefully in the low 640-second range. Salisbury brings his machine up, the Salisbury Stake Special. He's pre-staged, 60 inches further to go for Salisbury. He's all set. 1 amber, the green light. White Salisbury underway down the quarter mile. Salisbury at the finish line runs in with 6:51. Bill Simon set to go on the storyline. 1 amber, the green light. Simon's underway, thundering down that quarter mile, trying to bump out Jeff Clark in the C&Q Special. Simon's at the finish line. He does it. He runs 6:65, bumps out Jeff Clark in the C&Q Special, who are on the bump at 6.66 seconds.
That's
So
drag
Simon
racing.
qualifies
Through for another meet.
elapsed time. So that'll do it for Top Fuel.
Sorry, man. Oh, it wasn't your fault. Just wasn't our day.
I heard there's a car broke. We still got a chance.
Okay, how are the plugs?
It's like new.
Did you check the oil out?
Fine, I think the sparks are coming out of the new headers.
Is everything all right with you guys?
Yeah.
We're ready.
Number 5 car broke. You can have that spot if you want it.
Who are we racing?
Schultz and Glenn.
Oh, man.
We're here to race. Anybody.
Good luck.
Yeah, okay. Help me with these plugs, Jeff. Dave, mix the fuel.
What percentage you want?
87. Well.
Hey, Ron. I think I'm ready for these guys.
Well, let's get it on. We'll find out.
Dave Bowman staged his brand new Chevy Vegas station wagon. Bowman stage underway on the green light. Dave Bowman, a shakedown run, runs 7.29 seconds, speed 200.11 miles per hour. Jim Dunn in his rear engine Barracuda on a checkout pass prior to eliminations. Shuts her off a little early, still runs a 6.98 at 209 miles per hour.
What lane do you want, Ron?
What lane do you want?
Oh, I think I like the right.
Flip you for it.
Okay.
Call it, Jeff.
Heads. Cheers.
Attention,
Good luck.
please. We do need all
luck to
top
you.
fuel dragsters to suit up and stand by for the first round. First round pairings of top fuel eliminations will pit the Schultz and Glenn machine against the C&Q Special in on the brake rule. Larry Dixon against White Salisbury. Randy Allison will race John Rodek. And Norm Wilcox against Norm Wilt in as an alternate. I'd like to remind all you first-time drag race fans here at Orange County that every Wednesday night we have grudge race, amateur, and co-driver drag racing. We do invite all first-timers, all amateurs, to come on and try your luck at quarter-mile racing. The friendly officials have some extra time to spend with you, the starting line crew, the fellows at time slip, and the tech inspectors. They'll be able to answer all your questions. So next Wednesday night, why don't you come on out to Orange County, 6 to 11, grudge race, amateur, and co-driver drag racing.
I'm gonna get the other bottle of compound.
Well, there's a break in the action. Now would be an excellent time to step down to the snack bar, grab yourself some goodies. Then you might mosey on to the Orange County Raceway souvenir stand. Take a look at the t-shirts down there, the jackets, the decals, the emblems, and of course the fine posters by Newport Productions, the big wall-size posters, your favorite drag racing stars in action.
You didn't use mix, you used pure nitro. How could you make a stupid mistake like that?
That was no mistake.
I told you, 87%.
I wanted it straight. And watch us win my way.
Wow, you blew it, Dave. Man, you've had it. We're not gonna run.
You better take more chances. Jeff's luckier than Ray. He'll make it.
You did the same thing to Ray, too, didn't you?
It's part of the game.
You really are sick.
We'll have the first round of top fuel eliminations in a few moments.
Ladies and gentlemen, down the fire road to kick off the first round of top fuel eliminations, it'll be Jerry the Hunter Glenn, the Schultz and Glenn machine, followed by his opposition, Jeff Clark and the C&Q Special. Passing beneath the tower, first of all, it's world champion Jerry Glenn. He'll make the long turnaround lineup at the left-hand tower side. Right behind Glenn, Jeff Clark makes the shorter turnaround. He'll line up the bleach box in the right-hand lane.
Oh, God. What happened?
Where's Jeff?
Oh, he's on track.
Gotta stop the car.
Oh, they pushed off.
Stop the car.
In the right-hand lane, it's Dave Quinn laying down the traction compound for driver Jeff Clark. Both drivers are ready for their burnouts. Jerry Glenn seems to be awaiting on Jeff Clark. Clark gets the signal. Clark signaling. He's not moving. He's not moving at all. The motor sounds very ragged in the C&Q Special. But Clark's looking around. There seems to be some confusion. Glenn goes ahead on his burnout. And finally, Jeff Clark, with the motor in the C&Q Special sound a little on the ragged edge. Both drivers having completed their burnout, Jerry Glenn's crew members pushing him back in this, the near tower side. The right-hand lane, the crew members of Jeff Clark pushing him back. Both drivers are back to the ready line. There seems to be very much confusion on this starting line. We can't understand what's going on, but apparently the starting line crew are going to let him make the run. We still don't know the whereabouts of Ron Cole. World champion Jerry Glenn, the first driver to pre-stage in this, the near tower side. Jeff Clark right behind in the right-hand spectator lane. Glenn, who usually prefers to stage last, moves into the stage beam, the RPM's up. Jeff Clark cleans out the motor, builds up the RPMs. Jeff Clark shuts it off. Jerry Glenn goes on for the single run, making it down that quarter mile. Glenn checks in at 6.51 seconds, 221.89 miles per hour for the first round single victory run. Actually, it was a very, very confusing first race in the first round of eliminations. And hopefully a little later on we can talk to one of these C&Q crew members. Looking off to the right of the tower, we now see Ron Cole running onto the starting apron. And there still seems to be mass confusion in the C&Q camp.
You're right! Get your gear and get off this track! I never want to see you in this business again. Now get!
White Salisbury.
Cool it, Jeff.
Sticky stuff. The liquid traction compound goes down for both drivers.
Relax.
Nixon is set. Salisbury is set. Nixon takes his burnout first of all. Now the burnout by White Salisbury. Larry Nixon, the tower side, coming to a rest. His crew members assisting in back. That late model 426 type Mini RACER.
Are you all right?
The crew members pulling him back to the starting line. Salisbury over to the right-hand lane also being assisted. His Donovan 417 also sound like it's ready to cut a big number.
I'm losing, man.
No, you're not. You shut down when you were supposed to. You remember what I told you about that? It takes guts and it takes brains, and you got them both. You're going to go a long way in this business, and I'd like it to be with me.
Nixon on the tower side first to pre-stage. Salisbury in the right-hand lane of pre-stages also. Nixon is in the beams. He's set. Salisbury is set. One amber light, the green light. They're on side by side down the quarter